for you. If you believe this, type yes and remember Luke 24:7, where it says that the Son of Man must be delivered to sinners, be crucified, and rise again on the third day. Put a smile on your face because a large sum of money is coming your way right now. Say yes if you believe it. Declare aloud the power of Jesus' death, knowing that it brings protection against untimely death, sickness, and poverty. In the name of Jesus, affirm that you bear the mark of Christ, and the glory of the Lord rests upon you. Can you feel the tingling excitement igniting within the depths of your heart? It grows like a celestial firework, bursting with anticipation and heralding the approach of wondrous possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon. Can you fathom the immensity and magnificence of what lies ahead? No sickness or sorrow can withstand the extraordinary power of divine intervention. As the deity of miracles, I shall unveil to you the boundless breadth of my capabilities. I am here to illuminate the truth that there exists no feet beyond my reach. As the night wraps you in its peaceful embrace, I labor tirelessly behind the curtains of darkness, weaving together an enchanting tapestry of extraordinary wonder. Brace yourself, for a miraculous creation crafted with the infinite wisdom bestowed upon me is hurtling towards you. Prepare your heart for the magnificent arrival of this awe-inspiring marvel. It will sweep away the weight of your worries and anxieties with its advent. A new chapter filled with promise and prosperity unveils itself, ready to script a better and brighter destiny in your life. Amidst the trials and tribulations that punctuate your existence, know that each experience carries a profound purpose. Your journey serves as a testament to your unyielding strength and resilience, a crucible through which your spirit is honed and refined. Embrace these challenges, for they shape you into the person you are meant to be. When uncertainty casts its shadow and doubt threatens to cloud your path, surrender your burdens to my care. Have faith in my divine plan, for I conduct the symphony of your life, harmonizing the melodies of joy, peace, and abundance. I orchestrate a grand opus that shall resound in perfect harmony. Remember, my beloved child, you are deserving of the bountiful blessings that flow into your life. As you continue your earthly pilgrimage, let gratitude become the melodious rhythm that reverberates within your heart, a constant reminder of the beauty that surrounds you. Pause and behold the splendor that envelopes your being, the blessings that grace your everyday, and the profound love that binds your relationships. Embrace unwavering faith, for it is through this unwavering trust that you shall witness the miracles unfold before your very eyes, a spectacle of divine intervention in the tapestry of your existence. Doors once sealed shut shall swing open, inviting new opportunities to dance in your path. An abundant journey unfurls, paving the way for prosperity to grace your steps and serendipity to light your way. Dear one, remember that true wealth transcends the confines of material possessions. It weaves a rich tapestry interwoven with love, compassion, and the profound ability to touch the lives of others. Embrace this holistic abundance and realize the immeasurable value it brings. If you believe in God, type Amen as the blessings cascade upon you. Embrace the spirit of generosity and share them without restraint, for it is in the act of selfless giving that you shall witness an exponential growth of blessings. The universe responds to your benevolence with magnanimity, weaving its magic in the intricate fabric of your existence. Storms may brew, threatening to overwhelm your spirit, but fear not, for these tempests are fleeting and temporary. Behind the dark clouds, the radiant sun awaits, ready to emerge and illuminate your path once more. It stands as a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of life's storms. Cling to your unwavering faith, for it shines like a lighthouse in the darkest of nights. As you stand on the edge of this new chapter, embrace it with open arms and a heart overflowing with gratitude. It holds the key to your hopeful journey. Embrace the exquisite beauty woven within each passing day, for even the challenges that arise carry valuable lessons and extraordinary opportunities. Take solace in the fact that you are never alone in this vast universe. The divine walks beside you, whispering words of encouragement, strength, and love into your receptive heart. Lean on the divine for guidance and support, and witness the miraculous unfoldment of your sacred journey. Be still, my dear one, and know that miracles are your birthright. They are not confined to extraordinary events, but can be found in the subtlest of moments. A stranger's kind gesture, a synchronistic encounter, or a serendipitous turn of events. Embrace the ever-present miracles that dance through the intricacies of your life, for they bring growth, transformation, and peace. Open your heart and soul to the inexhaustible abundance that eagerly awaits you. Picture yourself soaring to new heights of prosperity, embracing a life where your dreams manifest into reality. You are deserving, dear one, worthy of the wonders that lie ahead. Rejoice in the unfolding of your divine journey, for every twist and turn has been crafted with purpose. Trust in the divine process that flows within you, and allow the touch of the divine to heal and restore you. Know that the divine walks beside you, guiding and supporting you every step of the way. With arms outstretched, welcome the dance of miracles into your life. Have faith in the divine hand that guides you, and witness the resplendent miracles that grace your existence. Marvel at the tapestry of wonders that unfurls before you, each thread interwoven with love, joy, and abundant blessings. As you move forward, remember that you are cherished and enveloped in boundless love. Trust in the divine plan crafted specifically for your unique path. Release your worries and fears, for the divine holds them tenderly, transforming them into stepping stones towards your highest potential. In this symphony of life, orchestrated by the divine, take your rightful place as a co-creator. Embrace gratitude as your guiding star, opening the doors to a world where miracles thrive. Embrace the extraordinary journey that lies before you, and watch as miracles illuminate your path, like stars scattered across the night sky. Embrace the miracles that flow abundantly into your life. Embrace the miracles that you are destined to manifest. Embrace the miracles that reside within you. For, my dear one, you are a living, breathing miracle yourself. Believe, trust, receive, and miracles shall forever grace your extraordinary existence. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey, where we have explored the wonders and miracles that surround us every day. As we come to the end of this video, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound messages we have encountered and the transformative power they hold. May this video serve as a reminder that within each of us resides the potential for extraordinary experiences and the capacity to manifest miracles in our lives. It is through unwavering faith, gratitude, and a deep connection to the divine that we unlock the doors to these miraculous possibilities. We hope this video has inspired you to embrace the magic that dwells within and to recognize the abundance that surrounds you. Remember, you are a co-creator of your reality, and with an open heart and a belief in the miraculous, you can manifest a life filled with joy, love, and boundless blessings. As you embark on your own personal journey, may the miracles continue to unfold before you, guiding your path and illuminating your way. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth, knowing that miracles often emerge from the most unexpected moments. We invite you to share your own stories of miracles and synchronicities in the comments below. Let us come together as a community, supporting and inspiring one another as we navigate this beautiful tapestry of life. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of future content that will continue to explore the wonders of the universe and the power of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us, and may your life be filled with an abundance of miracles. Until we meet again, may the journey ahead be filled with love, joy, and the magic of miracles.
Welcome to our channel. Please share our videos on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, with your friends. Do not forget to do like, subscribe and comments on our video. Love you. Much love. Wish you always luck in life. This message begin right now. Greetings. We are the Archerian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. Yes, you have arrived at an important point in this calendar year. You are all aware of the celestial bodies, their movement, and the effects that their energies have on those of you living on planet Earth. The eclipse that is coming is an important event because the moments that the sun will be behind the moon are an opportunity for all of you to recognize that you have the ability to access the power of the sun within you. The sun, like everything else in the universe, exists within you. It also exists outside of you from a certain perspective. But the sun itself, the energy of it, the power, the wisdom, the higher frequencies, they all exist within you. In the moments when the moon is blocking the sun from the earth, we invite you to feel for everything that the sun provides for you as potential energy that exists within you. You have the ability to shine light. You have the ability to offer warmth. You have the ability to nurture life, to provide insight. You have the ability to send transmissions of light, transmissions of energy. You also have your flare UPS, and you also have aspects that when taken to an extreme are unhealthy. So you see, you are the sun. You also have an ability to access the aspects of the sun that you want to access in any given moment. You can choose to be the version of the sun that you want to be, and when the sun comes back, you will once again benefit from its presence. It acts as a reminder to all of you of how powerful you are, how much light you have within you, and how much potential there is within each of you for anything and everything under the sun. We are the Archerian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.
Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, it is with great joy that I come here today to convey all my love, my love, and my support to each of you. So many of you wonder why you are suffering. Sufferings come in so many forms: physical, mental, external, from the life you have, the planet's own suffering. So many ask themselves, why all this? Most of those here listening to me have already learned that they reap what they once sowed. No matter what day that was, the return came, and why does it need to come? All that you emanate or speak, think, and act against anyone or against yourself happens, and in the future it comes back, the first time with the same intensity that it was emanated, to draw attention to something that you provoked. Suppose you don't pay attention and keep repeating, or simply ignore what is coming. In that case, it will take on a new force and become more and more intense, so that you pay attention to what it is trying to show you. The feeling you call suffering results from everything you have done previously. It doesn't matter the life, you are getting it back. But unfortunately, many fail to understand this. They think they are wrong, or Father, Mother, God is punishing them. They believe that life is being mean to them, and so they manage to continue in this rhetoric for a long time because they cannot admit that they were wrong at some point. The solution to that suffering is to look it in the face and seek learning there. This is the big problem. You don't want to learn. You don't want to admit that you made a mistake and need to correct yourself. It's better to blame others, Father, Mother, God. To blame life. It is more comfortable and easier to continue living the suffering, attributing it to other people, than to look at yourself and see that you made a mistake. This is a critical point in your journey. Some like to suffer. How absurd to think that suffering will bring benefits. Others feel that they will exchange their suffering with Father, Mother, God for something they have committed. I would say that feeling in your own body, in your own life, something that you have provoked has a learning effect. But for a while, not all the time, because life will charge you for what you have done at some point. You don't have to choose to live that way because it will come. So what is essential at this moment? Have a vigilant eye on every attitude, thought, and action, and always ask yourself, is what I am doing, thinking, or emitting good for me and the whole? If the answer is yes, go ahead and you'll be doing good for yourself and the world. If the answer is no, it's only good for me, then don't do it because you are selfish, thinking only of yourself. And if the answer is no, it will only be good for the whole. Don't do it because you need to come first, not the whole. So understand that suffering is not something Father, Mother, God applauds, nor will it take you to paradise. As many believe, eternal suffering is a sign that you don't look inside, that you don't admit that you are wrong. Your ego is enormous, so you suffer, and the suffering never ends because it has already settled in you in such a way that you have gotten used to it. But you keep thinking that this suffering is beautiful in the eyes of the Father, Mother, God. God, the Father, Mother, doesn't want his children to suffer. God, the Father, Mother, wants everyone happy and proud. Stop putting yourself through the suffering. Instead, admit that you make mistakes. Acknowledge that you will make mistakes tomorrow. And the main thing is to have the conscience not to repeat these mistakes anymore. And this is the cure for your suffering. And I will say something significant. Because of this lack of humility in admitting their mistakes, many begin to suffer in the physical body. The body is the one who pays for all your mistakes because you emanate so much pain, you emanate so much suffering, that the universe gives you back more of what? More pain and more suffering, and your body is the one that receives it all, and you are feeling unjust, undeserving of all this suffering, and you keep asking God the Father or Mother, why? Why do you suffer? Why do you feel pain? And I'll answer, because you emanate it all the time. You don't look inside and realize where you need to change. So then you will only emanate suffering and will always receive more of the same. It's amazing how you can't understand this, that everything that comes into your lives, everything that happens to you, is caused by you, not by Father, Mother, God, not by punishment, not because someone sent you something evil, because if someone sends you something evil and you are whole and protected, it comes and goes. So if you believe everything and open your doors for evil, it will enter. So what is missing to realize that you don't have to suffer? You can and must give the path to your higher self and ask him to lead you on the right way to remove the pain, suffering, and scarcity. This is an other subject that I prefer to leave for others to talk about. Scarcity and abundance. You have what you emanate. That's all I'm going to say. So, my sons and daughters, put an end to suffering. Stop and think about why I'm like this. Ask your higher self for your soul master to show you the reason for suffering and what you need to do to learn about it, and you will succeed. In some cases, healing the physical body is no longer possible. Still, you will live balanced, no longer suffering from chronic pain. The problem will still be there, but it will not be present because you know how to take care of it. You know how to learn a lesson. So what are you waiting for? Is it possible that a magic pill will fall from the sky to cure you of any diseases? I tell you, there are many ways to heal yourself, but remember, everything has a limit. You can be healed, but if you keep the source of the problem, it will come back. And how long will you be allowed to be healed? Because you didn't learn the lesson. You just wanted to be cured, so you wouldn't have to do anything. How far does learning go? Don't expect too much from the universe. The person who has to do it for you is yourself, not a technique, a miracle treatment, or a miracle cure. You need to learn, know, and solve the problem. This is what you need to do. There will be ways of healing in the future. Yes, there are ways of healing. But if you don't heal yourselves in your minds, it all comes back. And how many times will you do the healing treatment? This is not a toy. It will have a limit. So start learning to take care of yourself, treat yourself, and heal yourself without depending on anything or anyone, just by your own decisions. The passage to the fifth dimension is not easy. The transmutation of your body is not a simple process. The sicker, the more contaminated, the more internally dirty your bodies are, and the more painful they will be. Understand this, there is nothing we can do. Everything is what it has to be. So start staring, facing your problems. They are dancing in front of you, but you keep looking up, so you don't see them, and then they get bigger and bigger, and you keep looking up, so you don't see them, until one day they are so numerous and extensive that they overwhelm you, and then it really
Arcturian message to humanity. We have noticed that the human race is very focused upon what is going on inside of each of you. You pay attention to what is happening in your community, in your country, in the world, in your families, in the lives of celebrities. You focus on so much on what is happening around you that you forget to check in with what is going on within you. Part of the reason why you have developed this tendency is because of the number of times you have heard about something bad happening, whether it was someone you knew or to a stranger, it does not matter. When you hear about something bad happening and you are told that someone else was to blame, then you keep yourself stuck in a victim, perpetrator, dichotomy, and this is not where you want to be. When you are looking outside of yourself, take note of how often a person is blaming some entity outside of themselves for their current situation and compare that to how often you are hearing about people creating their reality. Now, of course, you can narrow your scope. You can only follow people on social media who are awake and who are taking responsibility for their lives. But you are still a part of a human collective consciousness that believes in victimhood, and you are still a part of a collective consciousness that wants people to pay for what they have done. It is time for all of you who are awake to be change makers that you came here to be. One of the easiest and yet most effective ways that you can do this is by being responsible for your own lives. Take responsibility for your creations. Be aware of what you are feeling, what you are vibrating, and whatever you are claiming to be a victim. You don't need to worry about changing the world outside of you. You don't need to change who is in change. And the more of you take ownership of the fact, the less you need to look outside of yourselves for fear that someone in a position of authority or power is going on to take something away from you or persecute you. Now is the time to step into your power, and it is much easier than you think. You take back your power when you not only take note of your vibration, but you also take the time to shift it into a higher frequency. The vibration supporting your actions. We have taken what we confront, we observe you doing, but we also take into consideration the vibration that you are holding when you are doing the things you do. Therefore, your actions are not as significant to us as you might think. It is easier for us to see how the action could be taken. The circumstances doesn't always dictate what actions you will take. It is usually your vibration that does so, and that vibration is hidden for most of you. So when you see someone doing something, you don't understand it. especially if it's something that is hurting another person. It is difficult for you to wrap your mind around why that person would do that thing, but we see the vibration that is supporting the action, that is fueling it, and that often continues even after the actions is taken. So we can see how actions don't have the effect that you often want them to have. They don't correct a vibration that is off. And so usually when you have this mess that has been created from talking the action, and you are still in the vibration that you were trying to avoid in the first place by taking the action. So a good practice is to notice what vibrations you are running as you are deciding what to do. And an even better practice is to notice the vibrations that are supporting the actions as you are taking them. And then you will also want to take the temperature of your vibration, so to speak, after you have taken the action. You want to notice these things because eventually you will recognize that you want to act out of joy, love, a sense of peace, a sense of freedom, or excitement. And you don't want to act out of fear, anger, despair, or a feeling of lack. Action often seems like the easiest step to take, but it is also the most futile, unless it is, of course, supported by a higher frequency vibration. You can always feel for your vibration, but you can't always take an action. You can always adjust your vibration, but oftentimes there is no action to take. So take that into consideration the next time you are considering taking an action.
How are you guys today?
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Brian of Magnetic Service. Greetings, dear ones. I'm Brian of Magnetic Service. I would love to say to all of you, let's just sit and ponder for a moment what's going on, the story that's happening on this planet at the moment. A story that will be told someday in a faraway future.
where you are looked at as perhaps the original ancestors of the shift. Stories will be told of the difficulties that you've gone through, with a tremendous change in just about everything. New ways of thinking. Science, perhaps, that is coming at you, which is startlingly scary to some. Things that are developing that you never thought would develop. And then again, the pushback to light. All of these things right now are part of this grand story. It starts to unveil itself on the planet. Truly, that veil is lifting, unveiling. There have been those who would say that that veil that obfuscates the divine, that some of you call the veil, is an admission that there are things that are hiding from you. It isn't exactly that they're hiding, dear ones. It's just that they haven't been revealed yet. They belong to you. All of it does, like a giant warehouse, perhaps, that has your name on it, where you own everything in it. And yet some of it is covered, perhaps until you get older. Perhaps you're a child walking through that warehouse and the things that are covered say a little later when you understand. And that's now. That little later is measured in eons. And you've reached a point where the unveiling begins. And so many of these things are what I'm going to call the new tools for the shift. Now, this is what we've discussed in the first week of this month, and we are continuing now. These particular tools we're going to speak of are things that we might have spoken of in past channels, in past years, since 2012. But we haven't put them together in a package like this. We haven't put them in any kind of an order of importance like this. And that's what we are doing in this particular series. The new tools of the shift, perhaps you might call it. It's even more than that. Some would say they're more like gifts. I call them tools because every single one of these things must be used as a tool. You don't have it presented one time and say, oh, how nice, and put it on the shelf. Instead, it is needed every day of your life. And it is something you may not have now. I'll identify this in just a moment. And some of you will look at it and say, really? You think this is some master tool? And I will say, yes, I do. It's one of those things that's going to change human nature. You'll see. This shift of yours, the things that have been happening on this planet since the designated time of the precession of the equinox have been happening slowly. But you might have noticed a little bit of a quickening, if you want to say that, about how fast the changes are starting to occur now. And we've told you that you're not going to just see these in some kind of a spiritual way. You're going to see them everywhere. And you're going to see now, as I identify what this attribute is, that it is all encompassing to almost everything you do. This is the tool that the old soul really needs right now. And that is a solution over resistance to change. It is the solution to resistance to change. It is the voiding or elimination of resistance to change. How many of you want changes in your life tomorrow? Raise your hand. There would be only a few who would say, well, that's okay with me. Most of humanity, whether they're old souls or not, find comfort in sameness. Now, the sameness is not a boring kind of sameness. It's the feeling that you've worked hard to reach some kind of a plateau where you feel okay or good, or you're going toward that plateau. And you know, if I could get there, I want it to stay there. You don't want something then to pluck you away, because the feeling is you're going to start over. It's very human of you. What if it was very different? What if change meant this, moving out of 3D into a multi-dimensional state where instead of what you think you're supposed to do or can do, all things are possible. And so it takes your goal or where you are right now and enhances it instead of the idea that you're being knocked off some kind of sameness and everything moves in a negative way. And that is the issue. Change often equals issues of problems, stress, the dynamics of relationships, all of these things that you equate with change. What if it were way different? We used an example many times, and I'll do it one more time in this particular channel. Imagine, if you will, that you're living in a place where your furniture is right where you want it, but suddenly something magical happens. That all of the furniture seems to have sentience of its own. It comes alive, can think and talk. And you leave the house to do errands or work or whatever it is, and you come back, the furniture has decided to rearrange itself. And you come back and you talk to the furniture and you say, now, I put you where I really wanted you to. It's a balanced place, it's an efficient place, and you've decided to move yourself. And it's stressful for me for you to do that. And the furniture looks at you and goes, oh, we're so sorry. We love you and we love being in your presence. Oh, we'll all put ourselves back. And they all put themselves back, and you're all happy. Imagine this scenario. There are two reactions to it. The first reaction is this. It's the common one. That every time you leave, you're now worried that your furniture is going to rearrange itself, and when you come home, you're going to have to go through this. And indeed, when you come home, quite often that's the case, because the furniture just can't control itself. And it wants to move around. What's your reaction? Two reactions. You're talking to a friend. First reaction. You'll never believe what's happening at my house. Every time I leave, the furniture moves. It's awful, because every time I come home, I've got work. Every time I come home, I'm really tired. I want to do things. I have to get dinner ready, or I have to do these things. Or there's errands to do. There's a household to take care of. And the first thing I have to do is worry about the furniture. What am I going to do? Woe is me. Now, that particular reaction, dear ones, would be the most common one in human nature as it exists today. Here's another reaction. The reaction from the light worker, the old soul, is a little more mature and savvy about new things that are happening on the planet. Unexpected things, like furniture coming alive, for instance. That's a metaphor, folks. And the reaction is this. You're with a friend and you say, you won't believe what's happening at my house. Every time I leave, the furniture. Those cute little rascals that have inhabited my chairs and my desk, they decide to move everything around. But when I get home, I know that it's going to be different. But you know what? I get to interact with them and I get to talk to them and they're sorry and they love me and they put themselves back. It only takes a moment or two. But they're so cute. I really enjoy this change. Do you see the differences here? One has accepted a new paradigm that another has said was awful. What is your quotient of resistance to change? Can you believe that the rules, if you want to call it that, of spirit, if you want to call it that, could change? You've been taught that God is the same today, yesterday, and forever, and never ever changes. But has anybody ever broached the issue that the relationship you have to spirit and the Creator could change greatly? That a veil could be lifted so that pieces and parts of mastery that have always belonged to you could begin. And the result would be massive change. And you could see it coming. How do you feel? What is it? This is the tool that we'll also be talking about in the Circle of 12. How is it with you, old soul, O student of mastery? I am crying in love with all of them. And so it is.
Hello, friends of the truth, the angels choosing your path of joy. My dear friends, we love you so very much. Imagine you're standing in front of a very large and diverse buffet. You absolutely love some of the foods being offered. Others you can't stand. Many items you could take or leave without any emotional effect whatsoever. You are free to choose any foods that you like. Some of you would think about which food you should be eating. Others of you should go straight for the foods you love and adore. Still others, a much smaller percentage, would fuss about the foods that you don't think have a right to be at the buffet. Which of this group would enjoy their meal the most? You already know the answer. Likewise, suppose you have time to sit down and watch a program on your television. You have a vast array of programs to choose from. You choose one to discover you love it. Most of you would continue to watch and enjoy. Suppose, however, you choose one and discovered you didn't like it. Would you change channels Or would you fuss about it and continue to watch out of curiosity? Which one of these choices would you lead to greater joy? Likewise, in your world, you are offered a vast variety of ideas and vibrations from which to choose. Food for your mind is being offered to you all the time. Programs are being broadcast all the time. We're not talking about buffets or television programs here, but rather food for thought, energetic broadcasts, and programs that the mass consciousness has empowered. What will you take in? What will you watch? What energies will you entertain? You have choice. Choose the ideas that stimulate you, give you joy, inspire, and empower you. When you feel an energy you don't care for, use the power of your free will to choose to focus on things that resonate with you. From the vast buffet of ideas and energies, you get to choose what to take in, what to attune yourself to, and therefore whether or not you will enjoy your daily life. The world will always offer you variety. You knew you were coming to the buffet to end all buffets when you came to Earth. You were eager for the variety from which you could choose. You know that you could focus on what you gave joy and therefore draw it into your experience. You were eager to experience, eager to choose, and eager to create. What you didn't anticipate was that you would so easily succumb to the influence of others who want you to believe as they do, act as they do, or be as they wish. You knew the temptation would be there, but from the confident and eager perspective of your soul, you didn't think it would be so difficult to stand in your own loving truth. You came to life and let live. You never expected everyone would agree with you, nor did you expect to agree with everyone else. You were eager for the contrast that you would help you more clearly get to know what you want to experience and create. As innocent little children, you were very good at asking for what you wanted, refusing what you didn't, and standing firm in your own focus. You knew quite clearly what you wanted to play with and who didn't. Slowly, however, most of you were trying to place less focus on your own heart's guidance and more on pleasing others. Rather than blaming those who trained you out of listening to your inner compass, simply start to honor it. Rather than arguing for your pain, focusing what gives you joy. Rather than fighting a world that sometimes, very compellingly, argues for its misery, grant yourself permission to focus on the which gives you joy. Likewise, grant others the grace to feel as they wish, for you never ever intended to control another, not even for what you perceive to be their own benefit. The greatest benefit to any soul is to choose a path according to what feels joyful, natural, and inspiring, than to live it and to learn from it. The greatest benefit to your soul is to choose a path that inspires you, live it, learn from it, and choose again to live and love more. As you feel the compelling tugs and pulls upon your energy, and the many groups vying for your agreement, take time in silence to reconnect with your own spirit. Ask yourself often, how do I feel about this? Instead of, how should I feel? Ask yourself, what thought feels good and natural to me? Instead of, what does everyone else think? Imagine trying on an idea like trying a bit of food at the buffet. Does it taste good to you? Do you want to swallow it? Do you want more of it? Or do you want to spit it out?
Oh my god.
Then dear ones, move along. Enjoy the idea, enjoy the energy. Or if you don't, move along. Choose differently. You wouldn't dream of wasting a potentially delicious meal at a buffet by focusing on and fussing about the foods you don't like. You don't need to waste your precious life by focusing on and fussing about the ideas and energies you don't like either. Move along, choose what you do love, and live your life as joyfully as possible. No matter who or what is pulling at you to think, act, or be as they wish, live and let live. You are eternally free. You came loving you with love the diversity as surely as you would love to choose from a huge and delicious buffet. Enjoy your time here upon the earth by choosing the thoughts, ideas, and behaviors you love. For even if you live 100 years, it is short in the scheme of eternity. You are eternally free to choose, free to focus, free to feel, and free to create. So is everyone else. God bless you. We love you so very much. The angels.
I'm gonna try. New work. I love you, dear.